All right, so today we're going to be doing a deep dive into this video that I saw about Pauline and her AI business. It was on the Grind Success channel on YouTube.
Yeah, Pauline's stories.
Yeah, it's just
really fascinating.
Yeah, super interesting.
I think there's a lot to learn from her.
Yeah, and I mean, like the headline is that she built this whole pretty successful business while working full time at IBM.
Right, and I think that's something that's really compelling about her story is that it's like proof that you don't have to quit your job.
Yeah.
To chase your entrepreneurial dreams.
Yeah.
It's all about just being strategic with your time and having that dedication. You know, like a lot of entrepreneurs that become successful, they start out with side hustles.
Right. So it's like having a superpower to be able to do both at the same time.
Totally.
So so what did she build?
So Pauline is the creator of AI Kriya.
Okay.
Which is an AI-powered service that transforms home interiors. So imagine you could upload a picture of your living room, choose a style you like, and then AI Kriya gives you this
wow,
virtual makeover of your space.
That's super cool.
Yeah, pretty neat, huh?
That's really cool. Yeah, and it's working right now. It's got customers, right?
Yeah. She has over 8,000 users, and she's generating $8,000 per month.
Wow.
In revenue.
Okay, so it's like a real business.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So how did she even come up with that idea?
So her approach to generating business ideas, she talks about it in the video. It's really all about solving problems. And it's not just brainstorming any random ideas.
Right.
She focuses on finding problems that she's experiencing or her friends are experiencing. And then she asks herself 4 questions.
Okay.
To vet the idea.
So what are the 4 questions? How can our listener take those questions and apply them to their own life?
Yeah, totally. So the first question that she asks herself is, how often does this problem occur? So she wants to make sure that it's not,
right,
something that's very niche.
Yeah, it doesn't even really exist.
Yeah, it's a common pain point.
It's a problem that people actually have.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. All right, so question number 1 is, how often does this problem occur?
The second question is, can I actually build a better solution than what's currently available?
Got it.
So this forces her to analyze, what is the existing market like?
Right.
Is there something that's already out there? Are there ways that she can improve upon it?
Okay, so it's not just making something new, it's making something that's better than what already exists.
Exactly.
Cool. All right, what's the third question?
The third question is, can I make money from it?
Of course.
So
got to pay the bills.
Right. Got to figure out, is there a viable revenue model? Can I actually turn this into a business?
Awesome. Okay. And then question number 4.
Question number 4, and I think this is a crucial one, is can I actually find customers?
Okay.
So she really wants to make sure that...
Validate the idea?
Yeah, validate it, right? She's not just building something in a vacuum. Are there people out there who actually need this?
Yeah. And so, did she just theorize about these questions, or did she, actually put them into action?
Oh, yeah. She's definitely a woman of action. So to validate her idea for AI Kriya, she built what's called a minimum viable product.
Okay.
An MVP.
Got it.
And so it's basically a stripped down version of the final product. And it's just enough to show the core functionality. And she showed this MVP to real estate agents.
Oh, okay. So it's like a sneak peek.
Yeah.
So how did they respond, the real estate agents?
So the response was really positive.
Okay.
And some of the agents were actually interested in buying it right away. So that was her validation.
Wow.
Real people facing a real problem, wanting her solution.
And so that's what gave her the confidence
exactly
to move forward with it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So she's got a great idea. She's validated the product. Now she's got to actually find the customers.
Right. Go to market.
Yeah. How did she do that?
So she talks about how she believes in targeting your marketing efforts where your audience already exists.
Got it.
So for AI Kriya, because of the nature of the industry, real estate, she decided to focus on Facebook and in-person events.
Okay, so it's a little bit more old school.
Yeah, a little bit more old school.
But also because of the industry, it makes sense.
Exactly. Real estate's all about personal connections, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cool. And was that the same strategy for all of her startups that she's launched?
Interestingly, no. So she's also launched another startup that's geared towards developers and indie hackers. And for that, she said Twitter was key to getting those initial users and customers.
Cool. So it really just depends on the audience.
Yeah. You got to understand your audience.
Okay, cool. What other smart moves did she make when it came to launching her products?
So, she uses a multi-pronged approach. So for AI Kriya, she used Product Hunt. Have you heard of Product Hunt?
Yeah.
Okay, so Product Hunt was great for getting backlinks. She used Twitter for visibility, and she also had an existing newsletter audience
Oh, nice.
that she leveraged.
Awesome. So she had customers. How did she actually make money?
So for AI Kriya, she decided to offer both one-time payments and subscriptions.
Okay. So she gave people options.
Yep, give people options. And
I bet that also helped with like churn, people canceling subscriptions.
yeah, and she also understands that some people just don't like subscriptions.
Right.
So she makes it really easy to cancel,
Yeah.
which I think builds trust with customers.
For sure. So it's like, hey, I get it. Subscriptions aren't for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Does she have any other like tips or tricks when it came to keeping her customers happy and engaged?
Yeah, so she's a big fan of yearly plans
Okay.
because she says they greatly reduce churn.
Yeah, because people are committing for the long haul.
Exactly, yeah.
Makes sense.
And it creates a more predictable revenue stream for her.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so let's talk about like the tech side of things. What tools and platforms did she use to like build and run AI Kriya?
So her tech stack is a really interesting mix of different tools. So she uses Discord for communication. She uses Crisp for customer support.
Okay.
And then she uses a mix of different things for marketing. So Twitter, LinkedIn, Buffer, Beehive. Have you heard of Beehive?
No.
It's a marketing platform. So all these different things for marketing. But I think where the real magic happens is the back end and the AI models.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so tell me about that.
So for her back end and her AI models, she uses Superbase, Next.js, and Python.
Okay.
So
I've heard of Python.
Okay, so Python is like the programming language.
Oh, okay.
But Superbase is like a serverless database platform. So what that means is that it handles all this like back-end stuff.
Got it.
Like real-time data synchronization, offline support, authentication.
Like all that like techie stuff that you don't have to worry about?
Right.
Okay, got it.
So she can focus on building like
The front end.
yeah, the core functionality of AI Kriya.
Okay.
And then Next.js is like a React framework, which
Okay.
basically simplifies the development of web applications.
Got it.
And it's really known for being very fast and efficient.
So it's like a good user experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So that's her tech stack.
Awesome. And then so how much money is she like spending to like
Yeah.
keep all this stuff running?
She's investing a lot in growth
Okay.
for this business. So she spends roughly about $3,000 to $4,000 per month
Wow.
on things like servers, marketing, freelancers, events.
So she's not afraid to spend money to make money.
Yeah, she understands that in order to scale,
Yeah.
you have to invest.
That's awesome. Okay, so kind of looking forward, what are her thoughts on the future of AI? Like where does she see the biggest opportunities?
So she believes that the biggest AI opportunities are in integrating AI into existing tools.
Okay. So not making new tools, but
Right.
just making the tools that we have better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Got it.
Like AI-powered email autoresponders.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So instead of just like acknowledging receipt,
Yeah.
it could actually like answer basic queries and free up your time.
Oh, I love that. Okay, that's awesome. Cool. Anything else? Any other thoughts on the future of AI?
Well, that's a great place to stop for now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we can pick it up
We'll come back next time.
in the next episode.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back, and I'm like still thinking about Pauline's story.
Yeah, it's pretty inspiring, right? What she was able to pull off.
Yeah, especially like while working full time. It's crazy. Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's just like a good reminder that like anybody can like pursue their passion and like
Totally.
make it happen.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have these ideas and they just never act on them.
Right.
So yeah, it's inspiring to see her just like
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah, totally. So last time we were talking about like her problem-centric approach to like
Yeah.
building a business,
Yeah.
her marketing strategies, and that fascinating idea of like integrating AI into existing tools.
Right. And that's what I think is
Yeah.
super exciting.
Yeah, totally.
It's like taking our everyday digital lives and just like making them smarter, more efficient.
So give me some concrete examples. Like how could that play out in my everyday life?
So imagine like AI-powered email autoresponders, right? So instead of just sending out those like generic out-of-office replies,
Yeah.
it could actually intelligently answer basic questions
Okay.
and free up your time for
Really?
more strategic tasks.
So that would be amazing because I feel like I spend so much time like answering those emails
Yeah, a lot of people do.
where it's like, oh yeah, the thing's attached or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. What else? What are some other like possibilities?
Well, think about AI-powered scheduling assistants that could analyze your calendar, your preferences, your travel time, and suggest optimal meeting times.
Oh, wow.
So no more like that back and forth.
Right, yeah.
Trying to find a time that works for everyone.
Because that's always such a pain.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so it's almost like having like an assistant working in the background, like making things easier for me.
Exactly. It's like this invisible partner that's helping you navigate your tasks.
That's awesome. Okay, so then what about like jobs? Like all this talk of AI taking over stuff. Is it going to like put us all out of a job?
Well, it's definitely a big question
Yeah.
and a valid concern. And, some people do fear that AI will lead to like widespread job displacement. But, other people see it as an opportunity to create new and more fulfilling roles.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a two sides of the same coin.
Yeah. So then in a world where AI is like doing all this stuff, what kind of skills are going to be like super important?
I think things like critical thinking,
Okay,
creativity, emotional intelligence, these are all like uniquely human qualities that AI, at least for now, can't really replicate.
So it's not like humans versus machines. It's like humans with machines.
Exactly. It's like, how can we work together to leverage each other's strengths?
Okay.
Right. And I think Pauline is a great example of that because she's not just an AI expert. She's also like a skilled entrepreneur. She understands the importance of customer relationships, market dynamics, business strategy.
So she's got like all those other things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So last time we were talking about her tech stack. And so like for communication, she uses Discord. For customer support, she uses Crisp for marketing. She uses like a bunch of stuff, Twitter, LinkedIn, for Beehive.
A lot of different tools.
Yeah. But what about like for the AI models? Like what's powering that stuff?
So that's where Superbase, Next.js, and Python come in.
Okay.
So Superbase is a serverless database platform. Basically, it's like a super efficient data butler.
Okay.
It handles all the back-end stuff like data synchronization, offline support, authentication.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have to worry about any of that.
Awesome.
And then Next.js is a React framework. So basically that simplifies the development of web applications.
Got it.
And it's known for being very fast and efficient.
So it's like a good user experience.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, cool. And then Python, I've at least heard of Python.
Right. So Python is like the programming language that's used to like actually build and train
the models.
The models.
Okay, got it. Cool. So she's got like a really well-rounded like
she's got a good
set of tools. That's awesome.
And it's constantly evolving, right? Like the tech landscape changes so fast.
Yeah. So like what are some things that you're seeing like out there on the horizon that are going to change the game even more?
Well, we're seeing a lot of no-code and low-code platforms emerging.
Well, yeah, I've heard of those.
Yeah, so those are really interesting because they allow people with little to no coding experience to build their own apps and software.
So it's like democratizing tech.
Exactly.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, the metaverse, Web3 technologies, all this stuff is really starting to gain traction.
Yeah, I don't really get it, but
it's complex.
It sounds cool.
Yeah. But it's definitely something to watch, I think.
Yeah, totally. So with all this stuff that we're talking about, like I think it's easy to get like caught up in the like tech of it all.
Yeah.
But it's important to remember like
the human element.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. At the end of the day, technology should serve humanity, not the other way around.
Right.
So we have to think about the ethical implications of all these advancements and make sure that they're used responsibly for the benefit of society.
Yeah. And Pauline's story is a good example of that.
Yeah.
Like she's not just like building tools for the sake of building tools.
Right.
She's building tools to like help people.
Exactly.
Solve problems.
It's about making a positive impact.
Yeah, totally. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into Pauline's AI journey.
It's been quite a ride, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has. We've learned so much about her like problem-solving approach, building her business AI Crea, all the different possibilities of integrating AI into our everyday lives.
It's mind-blowing, really.
It really is. So, like, in this last part, I kind of want to step back and think about the bigger picture.
Okay.
Like, what does Pauline's story tell us about the future of AI
Yeah.
and its impact on like society as a whole?
Well, I think it's clear that AI is like rapidly transforming the world around us.
Mm-hmm.
And Pauline's journey is like a powerful example of
Right.
how like individuals can harness this technology to
Right.
create innovative solutions
Yeah.
and like disrupt traditional industries.
Yeah, she's like a pioneer, kind of like,
Yeah, she's definitely a trailblazer.
going into uncharted territory,
For sure.
which is exciting, but also like a little bit scary.
Yeah, there's definitely some unknowns.
Yeah, so what are some of the like challenges and opportunities that come with this like rapid advancement of AI?
Well, I think one of the biggest challenges is like ensuring that AI is developed and deployed ethically and responsibly. As AI systems become more sophisticated,
Right.
they're inevitably going to be used in decision-making processes that have like significant consequences for individuals and communities.
Like loan applications or like hiring decisions or
Exactly.
even like medical diagnoses.
Yeah, all those things. And so we need to be really careful to avoid bias and ensure fairness.
Yeah, so like how do we do that? Like how do we ensure that like the AI is being used ethically?
Well, I think we need to establish clear guidelines and regulations for the development and use of AI systems. And it's not just about the technology itself, it's about the values and the principles that guide its implementation.
So it's about making sure that AI is serving humanity
Exactly.
and not like perpetuating inequalities.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility, and it requires like collaboration between like technologists, policymakers, and society as a whole.
For sure. Okay, so what about jobs? Like AI taking over jobs, is that something we should be worried about?
I think it's a valid concern. As AI systems become more capable of performing tasks that were once done by humans,
Right.
there will inevitably be shifts in the job market.
Okay, so some jobs are going to go away,
Potentially, yeah.
but then new jobs are going to be created.
Exactly. And I think the key is going to be adaptability and like lifelong learning. We need to be willing to like constantly update our skills to stay relevant.
Yeah. And Pauline's story is a good example of that.
Yeah. She's always learning and adapting to the ever-changing world of technology.
Totally. Okay, so we've talked about some of the challenges, but like what about the opportunities? Like what are some of the good things that AI can bring to the world?
Well, I think AI has the potential to like revolutionize countless industries, from healthcare to education to transportation. Like it can help us solve some of the world's most pressing problems and create a more sustainable and equitable future.
So it's like this powerful tool that we can use for good.
Exactly. But like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad. Yeah. It all depends on how we choose to wield it.
Yeah. So I think that's why it's so important to have these conversations about the ethical implications of AI.
Totally.
Because we need to be mindful of like the potential risks, but also like all the amazing things that it can do.
For sure.
Yeah. Cool. Well, this has been a really fascinating conversation.
Yeah, it has. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. Pauline's story is super inspiring.
Absolutely.
And it's given us a lot to think about, like from the importance of problem solving and adaptability to the ethical considerations of AI and the need for like lifelong learning.
It's been a real deep dive.
Yeah, it really has. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
On this deep dive. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I hope everyone learns something.
Yeah, and that you're feeling inspired.
Yeah, go out there and build something amazing.
Yes, exactly. And we'll see you next time.
See you later.